Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Resonance. I'm Mark, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. In this episode, we're going to talk about something that every English learner faces: mistakes. Yes, mistakes. Many students feel embarrassed or frustrated when they make errors in English. But let me tell you a secret: mistakes are not the enemy, they are your teachers. Today, we'll look at the most common mistakes English learners make, why they happen, and most importantly, how you can fix them. By the end of this lesson, you'll see that mistakes are just part of the journey to fluency. Let's start with one of the biggest and most common mistakes: using the wrong verb tense. Many learners confuse past, present, and future. For example, someone might say, "Yesterday I go to school," instead of "Yesterday I went to school." Why does this happen? Usually because learners think in their own language and then translate word for word. So, how do we fix it? The best way is to practice simple, clear sentences in each tense. Let's try together. Repeat after me. Yesterday, I went to the store. Today, I go to the store. Tomorrow, I will go to the store. Great job. By practicing small groups of sentences like these, you teach your brain to choose the correct tense automatically. Another very common mistake is forgetting the S in the present simple tense with he, she, and it. For example, students often say, "She play football," instead of "she plays football." It's such a small detail, but it makes a big difference in sounding natural. Let's practice correcting this mistake. Repeat after me. He plays the guitar. She likes chocolate. It works well. Perfect. Always remember, with he, she, and it, in the present simple, don't forget the S. Now let's look at another mistake: confusing a, an, and the. Articles can be difficult for learners because not all languages use them. For example, someone might say, "I bought apple," instead of "I bought an apple." Or they might say, "The life is beautiful," when in English, we just say, "Life is beautiful." The solution? Practice with examples and listen carefully when native speakers use articles. Let's try. I saw a cat in the garden. I ate an orange this morning. Life is short. The sun is bright today. Good work. The more you repeat, the easier articles will feel. Another popular mistake is using the wrong preposition. Prepositions are small words like in, on, and at, but they can be tricky. For example, many students say, "I am good in English," when the correct phrase is, "I am good at English." Or they say, "I'm married with John," instead of "I'm married to John." So, how can we fix this? The best way is to learn prepositions together with common expressions, not alone. For example, interested in, good at, afraid of. Let's practice. I'm interested in music. She's good at swimming. They are afraid of spiders. Excellent. Learn them as a package and you'll avoid these mistakes. Another mistake many learners make is direct translation from their native language. This often leads to sentences that sound strange in English. For example, someone might translate word for word and say, "Open the light," instead of "turn on the light." To fix this, listen to natural English and try to learn whole phrases, not just individual words. For example, instead of memorizing only the word light, learn the phrase "turn on the light" and "turn off the light." Now let's talk about pronunciation mistakes. One common problem is mixing up sounds that don't exist in your first language. For example, many learners confuse ship and sheep, or thing and sing. These small differences can change the meaning. How do we fix it? Practice listening carefully and repeating. Record your voice and compare. Let's try. Ship, sheep. Thing, sing. 3, tree. Great! Over time, your mouth and ears will get used to the differences. Another mistake is speaking too fast or too quietly because of nervousness. Some students want to sound fluent, so they rush, and then their sentences become unclear. Others speak so softly that people cannot hear them. The solution is simple. Speak slowly and clearly. It's better to speak fewer words with confidence than many words that no one understands. Practice saying short, clear sentences. My name is Anna. I live in Cairo. I like learning English. Wonderful. Clear speech is more important than fast speech. Calm and reflective. Another big mistake is focusing only on grammar and forgetting communication. Some learners are so worried about making mistakes that they stop speaking completely. But remember, communication is the goal of language. It's okay if your grammar is not perfect. What matters is that people understand you. So, how can you fix this? Focus on expressing your ideas first, then slowly improve your grammar with practice. For example, if you want to say, yesterday I go park, people will still understand you. Later, you can correct it to, yesterday I went to the park. The most important thing is don't stop speaking. Warm and reflective. Let's review some of the most common mistakes we talked about. Using the wrong verb tense, forgetting the S in the present simple, confusing articles like a, an, and the, using the wrong prepositions, translating directly from your language, pronunciation problems, speaking too fast or too quietly, focusing too much on grammar and not enough on communication. Cheerful and interactive. Now let's practice correcting some mistakes together. I will say the wrong sentence first and then the correct one. Repeat the correct sentence after me. Ready? Wrong. She go to school every day. Correct. She goes to school every day. Wrong. I am good in football. Correct. I am good at football. Wrong. Yesterday I ate pizza. Correct. I ate pizza yesterday. Wrong. Open the light, please. Correct. Turn on the light, please. Excellent. By practicing in this way, you train yourself to notice and fix mistakes automatically. Calm and encouraging. Remember, mistakes are not something to be afraid of. They are a natural part of learning. In fact, if you never make mistakes, it means you're not challenging yourself. Each mistake is a step toward fluency. Warm closing reflection. So, today we learned about the most common mistakes English learners make, why they happen, and how to correct them. We talked about verb tenses, articles, prepositions, pronunciation, speed, and grammar focus. We also practiced turning mistakes into correct sentences. Happy and inspiring. Before we finish, I want to ask you a question. What is one mistake you often make in English, and how will you practice fixing it this week? Say your answer out loud in English right now. For example, I often forget the S, so I will practice sentences with he and she every day. Fantastic! By recognizing your mistakes and working on them, you're making real progress. Happy and friendly. Thank you for joining me today on English Resonance. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep turning mistakes into lessons. Every error is a chance to grow, and every day you practice, you're one step closer to fluency. I'll see you again next time.